award-winning musician, and he's desperately trying to hold his beautiful mind together. He's a living TikTok post that thinks that if he just does one more bad take on current events, he's finally gonna become famous. Will his guests keep him on track? Will he deservedly get canceled, or will this show crash and burn as he loses control once again? Welcome to Meltdown Island.
DUSTiN!
I know everything that DUSTiN is saying sounds totally delusional.
DUSTiN, where are you going? Just trust me!
DUSTiN, you slow down. DUSTiN!
DUSTiN, you're a goddamn Einstein.
DUSTIN's right. You're a certified genius.
I think that's a great idea, Mike.
Thank you, DUSTiN.
If you look up the word tempting in the dictionary, you will find a picture of Sean.
Looks like Jawa is stuck between a rock and a Sean place.
I think it's because Sean is very built and he's sexy as hell.
I'm going to sleep next to Sean Smith.
Nothing feels good when you're feeling bad. Nothing makes sense when you're feeling mad. Don't go around feeling sad, cause everybody's going around saying that you're crazy, that you're lazy, and you're unmotivating. To the people that surround you in society, they control you in your mind with anxiety. You gotta break free from that mindset. Break free, break free. Break free to explode. Break free to expose all of those emotional vulnerability and the complexities of your mind. And together we will find that the sun keeps shining on the other side. You know the sun keeps shining on the other side. The sun keeps shining on the other side of the rain cloud, of the storm clouds in your eyes, in your eyes. There's a place I know we can go and stay a while. Welcome to Meltdown Island. Welcome to Meltdown Island. To Meltdown, we can all meltdown together. Welcome to Meltdown Island. Meltdown Island.
Bola, bola. Wada, wada, wada. Hi everyone, welcome to Meltdown Island. My name is DUSTiN, and I am joined almost every week, dare I say every week, with my good friend and yours, my friend, his name's Sean Hanlon. His name's Sean Hanlon. Oh, you changed it up to old.
Yeah. Well, at the end, I was like, I got to support the Lions, right? I got to support the Lions.
I like that attitude because it also brings up our wonderful duo, Jack and Frost.
Jack and Frost. Jack and Frost.
Hey, look out. They're a 70s duo going out to shoot the world. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this show. I don't know what it is. You tell me. I'll tell you what it is. It's this. That's it.
It's this.
It's this. This is the show.
I mean, the world is melting down around us.
That's true.
That, buddy, right?
Oh, look, let me turn this off mute.
We know that.
We know that.
World is melting down around us.
Some say not. Some say no, it's not.
Well, it is. Just about every system is broken.
Oh, okay.
So
go ahead. Talk about it, bud.
This is an opportunity for us once a week to meet here on the shores of Meltdown Island for us to process the world as it melts down around us.
I like that.
Sure, sometimes it leads to us melting down.
It does.
But that's okay. Sometimes it leads to you melting down.
Can confirm.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Because this is a safe place for us to melt down.
Together. Like a family should.
Welcome to Meltdown Island.
Ding dong. Ding 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 ding.
It's a
dong,
safe
ding.
place to melt down.
Down together. See, I can always find the middle. I always find that area where to put my face. This guy's he's a little camera shy.
Not camera shy. I'm just you're the host.
Oh, no, he's not so camera shy, he says.
You're the host.
What's this say? Oh, look who's back.
Hong Kong Clown World. Point fire. Welcome back. Point fire.
He's from
Good to
Canada.
have
This is
you.
our Canada representation popping in to give us a little bit of LOVE. Is that how you spell love?
LOVE.
I got scared as I spelled it. I was like, that ain't it. But it is it.
How are things in the Great White North, my friend?
I don't know.
Take off to the Great White North.
I just shared it. Here we are. Here we are live. Great.
It's a beauty way to go. Take off. Remember that song?
No. That's a real song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Bob and Doug. Hi, Bob.
No, it's the McKenzie brothers.
You know
Remember
how
that SNL bit? They were the Canadians.
Go ahead.
It was Rick Moranis and
you're talking old school.
Yeah.
You're talking about the silent years, the years no one watched.
Maybe it wasn't even Rick Moranis. I think it was Rick Moranis.
You sure it was that? I don't think Rick on. I think he was on the other one in Canada.
The McKenzie brothers. Let's just.
Yeah, I don't think they were on SNL, bud. They were on.
Oh no, they were. You're right. They were. It was SCTV.
I accept your apology.
SCTV, which
anything is possible in an animated cartoon. We live in that cartoon life. Is that light back in the back frame? Is that not looking right? Is that like skippity jumpity? Because I need to change that light.
Dave Thomas.
That's it.
And Rick Moranis.
That's it. You found it. Look at that.
Yeah. Thank God.
It is
Thank God
blinky.
for Google. What's blinking?
This light in the background.
It's totally blinking.
Yeah, I gotta change it up.
Technical Issues Island. Strange Brew.
There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. Didn't like that red filter, I guess. That red on it.
Very funny movie, that Strange Brew.
You say so. There's certain movies I definitely love, and that's not one of them. It's one of those I haven't really seen so much.
Yeah.
That's all.
Probably haven't seen it in a long time.
I don't think ever. I think it was one of those movies when I was a kid. It came out, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. But then it was all about beer, and we didn't drink beer, right? We was good Christian people.
Right.
And therefore, I was like, I don't get it, and I don't care. And then later, when I did drink beer, I don't want to go, oh, let me sit around and sip on beer. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do shots, and we're going to get drunk.
It's, when it first came out, I didn't really care about it either.
Hey, here we go. A little bit of honesty. I appreciate this.
But here's the thing. We were supposed to go to the mall. My friends wanted to go see a movie. And I don't even remember what the other movie was, but it was out at Lakeside Mall. And when we asked my mom to drive us to the mall so we'd go to the movies.
Hi, Bob.
The Macomb Mall was right next to me. It was really close to us, Macomb Mall. And that's where she assumed we wanted to go. But we wanted to go to Lakeside, which was a long drive.
For old Lakeside.
So my mom we were about to leave for the movie. We were like, Mom, can we go? And she's like, well, it's just going to Macomb Mall. It's not that far. And we're like, no, we want to go to Lakeside. And she's like, No, I'm not driving all the way to Lakeside.
Ooh, darn.
Then coming to pick you back up again at Lakeside. Ain't gonna happen. Pick a movie at Macomb Mall, and that's what you're gonna see.
Can't you just stay there, Mom? Can't you just stay at the mall with us, Mom?
And one of the few movies that was playing at Macomb Mall at that time was Strange Brew. So we went to see that. So I had very low expectations going in, and it charmed me. The movie charmed me.
Look at this fella, huh?
It was comical and sweet. And
oh, look at this. Look, Merry Christmas, bud. Gentlemen and subs. That's sweet.
1983, that movie. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I'd also like to say, Merry Christmas, Hansa Kwanzaa. And you might be like, what's that all about? It's a song I wrote for a show called Dance Xanax Dance. And it is a universal song of this magical season. Seasons of Magic, if you're looking for the official title. And you know, it's all inclusive.
You know what? You can watch it for free on YouTube.
That's how bad the movie.
Strange Brew.
How?
No, there are many movies out on the YouTube that you can watch for free.
Okay. That's one of them.
And that's one of them. Usually movies that are older, where.
All right, I'll just send it out. We'll see if people come in. Had some people say they wanted to come chat with us and say hi today.
Anyway, Strange Brew for free.
Boy, what a
on
horrible
YouTube.
beginning to this show.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. Anyway, I thought it was charming. Dustin, watch it.
All right.
And report to us next week.
I'll try.
Dustin.
I'll try.
Try?
I'll try.
I mean, how much time during the week do you spend consuming media? A lot. I'm guessing a lot.
Probably a lot. To be fair to me, I do a lot of rolling around in the bed, adjusting, cracking,
sure.
smushing.
It's a 90-minute movie. 90 minutes. Check it out.
And they're doing bits from the 1970s?
The 1980s. A 1983 movie. I don't remember it being time specific.
Yeah,
I'm going to go watch it. I'm going to go watch it again.
Maybe we should watch it together on Discord. I do that.
Let's not get crazy.
We could then have a reaction to it, and then we could release it and have some actual content for our channel. This guy want me to watch stuff, then don't want to do anything for the channel. Speaking of doing stuff, did you watch the show that was required this week for
yes,
the show?
I did.
And what was that show called?
Leave the World Behind.
You did remember. I couldn't remember the title. I'm about to leave. That was a test that you passed. I did not pass.
Because Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts.
I remember when I first saw Ethan Hawke movie when I was a kid, I was like, Ethan, that'd be a good name for my kid because my name's Dustin. It'd be like Dustin and Ethan. Strong. Then I never had a kid. And Footloose is in it.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah,
Kevin Bacon and Ethan Hawke in the same movie. You'd think
they look a lot alike.
That could get confusing.
Could get a real confusing.
Kevin Bacon, of course, has a very, very small part.
He's wearing a hat too.
And he's wearing a hat.
So it's like one's wearing a hat, one's not. You don't get them too confused. I wonder if the director didn't be like,
yeah, that's what I was just about to say. They got
Can we throw a hat on you, bud?
They got him on set together, and he probably kept calling each one the wrong name. Hey, Kevin, I'm Ethan.
Both of our white actors look exactly alike.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's another commentary on today's society.
Maybe. Because obviously the movie does try to make a statement on.
Does it try or does it do?
I mean,
does it try?
It brings it up. To be sure.
It's such a good thing because they come to the door instantly. Like, huh? What's happening? This is weird. This is not real. What? Yeah. Then it gets more and more real.
And he's wearing a tuxedo at that.
Unbelievable. Good. Right. They're better dressed. They're better. It's their house. It's better all around.
Right. And executive producers on the project, the Obamas, right? It was.
I don't think so.
It was the Obama.
Is this a joke about him being president? Because I don't like it.
No.
It's funny because is that true? Is this true? It
is true.
Because somebody said the ending reminded them of the Obama administration, and I was like, "Oh, you mean surrounded by DVDs and peaceful in a basement?" And they were like, "No, confusing and and a clusterfuck or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see that now too, I guess.
And
what a burn though! What a sick burn on my end.
feeling unfinished.
Feeling unfinished. That would have been better, but he went with the other thing.
Yeah.
That's wild that was put out by him because it's terrifying.
Well, they had the
it's terrifying. Why is he trying to scare everybody?
Well, and here's the thing too.
Now I'm questioning. Now that I know he produced it.
The guy, I think the guy who wrote it, or because it was based on a book, and it was a book that Obama had read.
Okay.
And he was like, "I'm into this idea for a movie," because he's got that Netflix. He and Michelle got that Netflix.
Yeah, they
deal,
got it. They got
right?
it down.
So, but it was on his list, and it was the writer. I don't know if it was the writer. I don't know if it was the writer of the screenplay or the writer of the book, or if they were the same. But was talking to Obama about it after he had expressed interest in making the movie, and he was like, "You've got I mean, you do have a few details that are incorrect." And the guy's like, "A few, just a few details." So largely believable premise.
He said that the writer was like a few details.
Yeah, right. Thinking that he was going to be like, this would never happen, right?
Oh wow.
But he's like, you got a few details off, and he's like,
you mean I was close? I was trying to scare my kids. I didn't realize I was actually calling it out.
So, here's the thing. What I liked about the movie, and for those of you just joining the program, we're talking about
Leave the World Behind, the Julia Roberts vehicle.
On Netflix right now, produced by the Obamas. My favorite, because I love disaster movies, and as you can imagine,
do.
I love
He loves End of the World.
Movies.
He wants the
End of the World stuff.
Loves it.
Love it.
He's mad when he moved back to Michigan and they had the tornado, the hurricane earthquake, the hurricane out there. He left a week before, and he was mad that he missed. He had a beach side residence. He was going to watch.
But it would have been wild.
So he's nuts.
But I love those movies. What I love about those movies is that element of, that phase that the characters go through where it's like, what the hell is going on?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is going on here? And this, usually in most disaster movies or end of the world movies, that's a very short period. Usually the first act where it's like, what the hell is going on? But then, as we go into the second act, it's usually them knowing what the issue is and then dealing with the issue. In this particular movie, you don't find out what the issue is until the third act.
You broke it down in X.
And you never really, and you don't get a resolution.
You think it'll be a part two, right?
I don't think there's going to be a part two. I don't think there needs to be a part two. I mean, it's
her watching Friends at the end. It was such a payoff.
Spoiler alert, Jesus.
It was such a payoff, though.
Spoiler alert.
Everyone's seen it.
Not everyone's seen it.
It's trending.
Doesn't mean that everyone's seen it, buddy.
But can you agree with me that it was such an amazing payoff?
It was a good payoff.
Because you're like, oh, that's what I said. Surrounded by DVDs with the soundtrack of Friends playing.
Yeah.
That was my real joke. What's this say? Real quick, what struck me as funny while you read this is the fact that Obama's got a Netflix deal, and yet Trump was on TV before he was president and doesn't have a Netflix deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think that'd be a little bit different.
Yeah.
You think it would be like him would be like, oh, I can do now apprentice presidents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is, just think about it. We used to have apprentice parties. Here's a fun fact. We used to sit and watch Trump every week and doing Celebrity Apprentice every week. We loved it. And then when he started running for president, we were like, don't ruin our favorite show.
Yeah, right.
We were so upset. What's that say?
They were on the edge of hypothermia filming the car in Lake Ontario scene. We're on the edge of hypothermia.
Okay, so I remember they was in a car.
I
remember he went to the beach. Remember when he went to the beach? And
the ship.
That was two. That was the second one.
What?
That was the first one. The ship was the first one. Second beach, even more.
Oh yeah, right. When the other guy, the
Star,
tuxedo guy, yeah.
Tuxedo guy, the Star.
Yeah.
This guy.
What's that actor's name?
Yeah, you don't want to say that what the color he is. That's for sure. This guy.
I don't see color. It's not relevant.
That's racist. That's just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. To not see color is a denial of human existence, and ultimately was a Stephen Colbert bit that ultimately people were like, "That's racist" at this point. After the joke was finished, and people kept using it in real life, thinking they could get away with it. Little did they know they had been satirized. Satire making its way into the USA. You don't know if it's a joke or if it's okay. Satire. Thank you. That's a new song by me called Satirized. Yep, there he is.
Yeah.
Say it.
George was his name. George was the character's name.
What's his real name? What's the actor's real name, though? Not the character. We got Julia Roberts. We've already mentioned all the others.
Yeah.
Easily just mention it for us.
Well, I mean...
You want me to do it since I can't say names?
Yeah.
That's easy, bro. Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't read it, though. I'm not wearing my glasses.
Can I say this? I got lucky with that one. That really just rolled off the tongue after I started saying it. Try it.
Mahershala.
Doesn't it just come out?
Yeah.
It is scary to look at.
Ali.
I got it. You got. We did get us little
intimidating.
giggles out of it. We got little giggles because I knew it was going to be as soon as you went. His name's George.
If the character's name was George, but when he gets nominated for an acting award, don't put that into John Travolta's hands. Don't put that name in John.
My Hershey's chocolate bar.
Anywho,
that was my impression of John Travolta, not me pronouncing. Thank you. Let's all stay hydrated.
But like,
I like to say what's up to our X fans.
Hey, X fans.
Thanks for hanging out, Eric Cartman. And who's this other fellas? Old G Loaf, GF Loaf. All right. What's up, bud? He's a software engineer.
Oh, wow.
Imagine how smart people listen to us sometimes. Is that weird?
Not for very long, though.
No, I mean, imagine now that I've told him that he's smart, implies that I be not smart. You see what I'm saying? Well, I be not smart was about to come out of my mouth.
I don't think many people would argue with that.
That was a test that you just failed.
I don't remember that car in the...
I don't either. G-Lo thought it was funny.
Scene.
I don't know why I'm calling him G-Lo. I don't think that's his name, but it's stuck in my head now. You guys do see the video pinned to the top if you want to watch us in full color. Sorry. You're looking it up still.
I'm going to look. Maybe there's a picture that'll...
What were they? They weren't in a lake. They might have filmed it up at the lake. Hypothermia, though? How did they get hypothermia? They weren't in, like... They didn't ever wreck into a lake.
I don't remember. I mean, and I don't really see...
Is there another?
Oh, that was pretty interesting though.
That was intense.
With the Teslas, the
don't even.
The self-driving.
But
Teslas.
You could see there was many layers of it, right?
So many layers.
So many layers. It was like almost layer cake.
Mm-hmm. Almost layer.
Almost
cake.
vomited that out of my mouth.
I don't remember a car in the water, and as I bring up images, it's not.
There's nothing. There was no water scene. A lot of deer in the scenes.
A lot of leave the world behind car and lake scene.
And that's what you put in.
Yeah.
Point Fire, you're going to have to come with some more info. Because maybe he's talking about another movie.
Maybe he is.
Because that's fine, too.
Which is fine.
But you should watch this one, because this one's terrifying.
Maybe we were referencing another movie. But anyway, so...
Maybe Bob and Doug. Maybe he's still talking about Strange Brew.
Oh, right. They survived on the air bubbles in their beer.
That's
funny. Strange Brew.
He's still a Strange Brew.
Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification. Because you had us straight tripping.
That was a funny moment, though.
You say so.
Now that I know what he's talking about, that was a funny scene.
I'm sticking with. I haven't really seen it.
Funny bit. Well, you're gonna watch it for next week for free on YouTube. Anyone out there who hasn't seen Strange Brew, I do recommend it. I recommend Strange Brew more probably than I recommend Leave the World Behind.
You're insane, bud.
You don't know. You haven't seen Strange Brew. I mean, it was a good movie for sure. Like I said, it had that whole element of what the fuck is going on, but it dragged a little bit for me. It was a little slow.
The crappy thing is Point Fire's from Canada. I think this is their national movie, so he's gonna keep bringing up this.
scuba diver and flashing,
and I'm screwed. My show is fucking screwed today.
Yes, that's right. The scuba diver went down, and he showed his driver's license like he was getting pulled over. That's very, very funny bit. I mean, it's a funny bit. I recommend the movie, buddy.
I already said we'll watch it together like a family should. And you don't want to now.
Well, I don't know when I'm going to be able to watch it. Sometimes.
No, that's why you make plans, bud. I know. Look at me.
To be tied down.
I understand that. That's why I can only give you 1 day a week.
All right.
With that said, we also set up the stream deck this week, and we were going to use it today, but we didn't.
Dustin panicked.
I panicked. I can admit things when I panicked.
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, it was a bunch of things, a bunch of little things that just ain't got the screwdriver screwed down. Also, we're not necessarily talking about crypto today. If you haven't noticed, we haven't been delving in.
Thank God.
Does that mean we're skipping football too? I would assume.
I don't know that we are.
Guess we'll find out.
I guess we will find
out. But why you might want to ask why we wouldn't be talking about crypto right now.
But yeah, I was going to ask.
Go ahead.
So you're still standing by, waiting on your rewards to be released?
Well, that's a very mean question for you to ask me.
Okay, I'm just because last week when we left off, I'm sure lots of people are curious.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were talking about it,
and it was coming. It was supposed to be coming last week,
and we thought after the show, like hours after the show,
just a couple hours after the show,
we thought.
I did.
That's where we were. That's where we left off. So that was not it.
That was not it.
Okay,
that ain't it.
But the message was still gives you a reason to be optimistic, right? Because
yes, we still threw a space, and we talked about how basically he's afraid if he gives us all our rewards right now, we'll all lose it. We'll all give it away
or spend it.
No, lose it. We'll be dumb. We'll be dum-dums, and we won't. We'll be too excited that we've gotten our rewards, and we'll just spend it or lose it by connecting it to somebody and giving it away to something,
or paying your bills with it.
I mean,
maybe
that's a personal decision
which
that we
would
can
be
each
acceptable.
Make. He definitely says, always take profits. So if this is a profit, yeah, I might take it. With that said, I'm also doing a new second show starting this week. I hope.
Where all you do is talk crypto.
Where we talk about crypto and or AI art and or the emerging world of craziness.
Okay.
Speaking of AI art.
You got a co-host for that?
Got a couple. We might do a roundtable. How about that?
Oh, roundtable show. Okay.
Might be doing us a roundtable. Now right. What?
I don't know.
Jealous much of a roundtable?
Maybe.
Oh, but you don't want to talk about it ever. Got me upset.
Actually, I do. I would not want to be part of that.
But see, I want to learn and or at least understand
what you've been investing in for these last few years.
And it's time to start learning.
Oh boy!
All right, guy. What's this say? First of all,
Justin.
Hi, Justin. This is Dustin.
I'll trade you a gambling tip for a cyber currency tip.
Okay, what's the gambling tip? Because I got a cyber currency. Cyber currency?
I don't know why you skipped that one, the previous one.
Oh,
though.
I did.
Max von Sydow, worth the watch. Max von Sydow was the villain in Strange Brew. I mean, I'm recommending it. Point Fire is recommending it.
Both of you,
I don't know why
neither
you
of you would trust.
It's a super cute little movie.
All right. I'm waiting for his gambling tip. Cyber currency tip would be Pond Coin. Buddy, this is a request. You can't fall asleep during a request. This is a viewer requested.
I mean, I was just resting my eyes.
Pond Coin is the native token to the Pond DEX, a decentralized exchange where you can not only buy Pond X, but Pepe and many others.
And many other Ponzi schemes.
But it's the first and only decentralized exchange or exchange in general that pays you for fees.
Potentially.
It first of all, it charges you a fee, which they all do. They're just upfront about it. They say, we're going to charge you fees. And guess what? We're going to return them fees to you. So I would suggest that one to you.
But they haven't yet, though.
They haven't yet.
To be fair.
They haven't yet.
Okay.
But they will. Every day we're one day closer to getting me a reward. What's that say?
Boxing Day, English football, 4-tie combo over 6 games, 15 tickets to cover every angle.
I feel like all those individual words I understand individually,
Uh-huh.
but when combined together in that order, I must admit I have no idea what it means.
Well, English football, is that rugby? Is he talking rugby?
No,
English?
that's soccer.
Oh, English football. Yeah, right. No, you're right. I was thinking the English version of American football is rugby. But yeah, European, I would consider European football.
You would?
Soccer, as we call it. On Boxing Day. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. It's Canadian holiday.
After?
Canadian holiday the day after Christmas. I assume it has something to do with boxing up all the stuff you didn't want to return to the store.
Boxing up all that trash, throw it away. I mean, I guess they'd have to. We shouldn't just keep guessing. Go ahead.
4-tie combo over 6 games. Now that part I don't understand.
I don't understand anything else so far.
But I don't understand how betting on football.
I believe it's pronounced Footenball.
Football.
Footenball.
I don't know how betting on that goes because I've never actually bet on.
Well, it's like horses, I imagine. You see the guys that are eating the most carrots, and you go, "That's the one."
Mm-hmm. Are you Googling what a 4-tie combo is?
No, I'm giving us hearts on the live stream.
This is your gambling tip, buddy. 4 ties. Okay, 1 winner, 5 ties.
I don't gamble. I only go on guarantees, bud.
4 ties equals 1 winner. 5 ties equals 7 winners.
6 ties equals 15.
I mean, it seems strange though that they go from 4 ties, which is 1 winner,
Go ahead.
up to 5 ties is 7 winners.
Well, I think it changes.
But the distance between 4 and 5 is only 1.
That's why you definitely want to get 5. You don't want 4. You're just like,
okay.
I didn't really win.
6 equals 15. 6 ties equals 15.
You can see the more you win in succession.
I get it. Because here's the thing.
It's gambling.
Well, ties where it's 0-0 or 1-1, because ties are much more common in European football.
That's why that sport sucks.
That's why it is.
They don't have any winners. Sorry, I like my sports with winners.
Right. Yeah, or when a game that
I don't like. Good try, guys. That's not me.
When a game that's that long ends in like 1-1 tie or something.
It's like overtime, overtime again, overtime again.
Tie.
Sorry, everyone's passed out. There's only 3 guys playing.
Yeah.
Then you won. Like, give me a winner.
It's got to be exhausting.
I guess that's the American uneducated POV. I'm not trying to come at anybody.
Yeah.
Speaking of football,
go on.
How was your football? American football. We don't really play. We just fantasize every day. Talking about cosplay football. Hut, hike.
AKA fantasy football update. For the fighting
Fantastic Five.
For the fighting pacifists.
That's his team, the fighting pacifists.
My team pulled a Lions special.
Lions special.
And for those of you who aren't Lions fans, very often they'll have this stretch of games where, like the beginning of the season, they'll start really strong, but then they'll lose like 4 games in a row and fall backwards into the playoffs.
That's not fun.
They'll end up in the playoffs by default or because someone else lost, or they had basically won enough games early on in the season that when they fall apart in the last half of the season, they still have enough wins to get into the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah, it was common in the 90s and the early aughts. But
then since then, we have never got in.
I mean, we've gotten in several times.
Are you trying to tell me you got into the playoffs?
Years. I'm saying we got into the playoffs.
There we go, champion.
Even though I lost the last 3 games.
But guess what? You won enough games at the beginning where it all equals out.
I'm a very, very weak playoff contender.
Oh, don't you
I'm
dare.
7-7.
Oh.
I'm the number 7 seed.
Oh.
So that means I'll play the number 2 seed. And
who gets a bye? The number 1 seed?
No one does, because the top 8 teams make it into the playoffs, and those are
so there's someone under
4
you.
games. Yeah. Your buddy, I think Sean C.
Sean C's playing.
Is number 8.
And I'm the only one not playing.
Yeah.
It really makes me feel left out now.
Well, I mean, would you want to play? I mean,
was never asked. I never really had the opportunity to play, so I don't even know if I want to play.
I don't know what to say to that.
I know, I really got you cornered.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. But anyway, I'm a very weak seed.
Mm-hmm. Those are your words. I would never say that about
playing
your
a
seed.
tough team. My sperm.
Why are you touching down there?
Because my seed.
That
is
was
my
very
sperm,
strange for me
right?
to witness.
But my sperm are also probably not good.
Bro.
I mean, all those years of smoking pot, my count is probably down.
Easy.
They're probably like, and the handful of seeds that I do have.
Please stop saying seeds.
Are probably like, bitch. Where's the belly button? Where's the belly button?
What's this one? Oh, this one. PAWN stands for payouts, but not for dust.
Oh.
Well, that's a very, very well constructed joke.
Hello.
It's not good for me.
Micula, good bit.
Welcome back, Miculas.
Welcome back. His dreams were. Oh, hey, speaking of TV themes, Norman Lear died, right?
Oh.
In the last week, Norman Lear died. You know who Norman Lear is, right?
Well, I do, but I don't think a lot of people out in the world do. So maybe you should tell those.
I mean, he created a bunch of iconic sitcoms.
Icron
In the 70s and the 80s, including the Jeffersons and Sanford and Son.
Man, them Jeffersons.
And the one that we always sing.
I've been moving on up.
The one that we always sing at the casino at the blackjack table.
Ain't we lucky we got them? Everybody gotta say good times. Good times. Good times is what it's called.
Yeah.
And we say that at the casino table all the time. And we get everybody singing. Ain't we lucky we got them?
The motherfucking.
You gotta sing good times. Go ahead.
And always gets a laugh out of that, the dealer.
It gets a laugh out of us.
I feel like
the dealers love us.
Yeah, I feel like people like us make dealing a fun.
I agree.
Job.
Why? Not only do we win, we sometimes lose, but we pay for how annoying we are.
Yeah.
That's the key. We tip.
We're good tippers.
Now, if we're not being very annoying,
And
we're probably
fun.
not tipping that much.
We're fun. We're laughing.
Making fun of the dealer a little bit.
Dealers laughing.
Trying to do jokes.
Not so much making fun of the dealer, but making fun of the casino.
Yes.
And how the dealers are exploited.
Dare
maybe
I say.
A little bit.
Dare I say. I appreciate you even bringing that up.
Is that refrozen? Or is that just a picture?
That's just a picture. I just shared it with other people.
Oh, that's nice.
Ain't I nice? Ain't I nice?
Ain't we lucky we got him? Or ain't we lucky we had him? Norman Lear.
Oh, that's sweet. Whoa, what is
What
this?
is
This
this?
is intense. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion for your channel. Viewers, followers, views, chatbots, etc. The price is lower than any competitor. The price is guaranteed to be the best, flexible and convenient other management.
What? We don't even know what their promotion is for.
They definitely came in hot and
came in hot. The price of what?
Well,
flexibility and convenient order of what?
Of bots. They'll allow robots. They'll hook robots up with us because there's some robots out there ain't doing nothing.
Right.
They ain't laughing. Robots just sitting there bored AF as foretold. They were just bored sitting there, wish they had something to watch. And this person's basically saying, I'm a conduit to hook comedians up with robots to elect. Because here's the thing about robots. They have very limited amounts of things they're allowed to do.
Right. Sure.
Laughter is one of those things. You'd be surprised how many robots sit out there and don't laugh all day. Because it's a very, very depressing life they live.
You watch Rick and Morty?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember the little robot he had to spread his butter, and the little robot was like, "What is my purpose?"
To spread butter.
Oh.
It's a very, very good impression. What up, 42? 42 is a good friend of mine.
What up, 42? So, anyway, normally it was gone. But you, anyway, back to what we were saying, though, about the Leave the World Behind. I don't know that you got to say your 2 cents on it. Or did you consider your 2 cents the interjections you made?
This DUSTiN is the best
cents?
DUSTiN. Thank you, 42. That's a 42 comment right there.
Yeah.
That's better than a 12 comment. I'll give you
nice.
that much.
It's nice.
I thought it was great. I thought it was scary.
Okay.
And I gave away the ending. I gave away other parts. I'm not trying to give away any more.
I mean, I think it's worth checking out, but it does drag. It drags.
Check it out.
A few
What you mean it
spots.
drags? Where's it drag for you?
Well, for one, that like the 3 minute scene of them dancing was very. I mean, I kind of fast forwarded through that, but I was surprised how many times I fast forwarded. I had to, because you hit the button.
There was
it's like
a
jumps
conversation
at 10 seconds.
having.
Yeah, nothing interesting.
A conversation about possibly leaving the world behind, her world being her husband.
Yeah, and them hooking up. I mean, you can tell that, or you could tell that already.
Yet you want to just skip. Are you really even watching the movie at that point?
Yeah, I'm just like, I get it.
You don't do that in a movie theater, bud. You ain't got that.
I wish I did. I wish I could. But the thing is, in a movie theater, there's all those other people, and some people might be interested in watching a scene like that. But I click through it.
I'm judging you right now harshly on the inside.
Anyway, it drags a little bit. It drags.
You say so, bud.
Check it out, and
Check it out.
You'll know what I mean. You'll know what I mean.
You will, because I think it's good.
It's fine.
You think they should have cut that out and then put an ending in?
I mean, and also, and to be fair, it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. The movie.
Julie Roberts has a meltdown, bud.
Why,
in a shack.
Why do movies got to be so long anymore? What's funny is when I was a kid, I was always like, when like a movie would end, I'd be like, I wish it would just keep going. But now,
this guy,
movies seem to keep going.
And you're like, I wish it would stop.
I mean, like, why is this so long?
Because it's not a TikTok, bud.
Anyway, I just feel like
I'm so mad at you.
Well, and it's like a lot of TV series now too, where it's like they get you to watch by teasing you these exciting.
Well, they ended on a cliff note,
and then
a cliff note.
So they've got the cliffhanger to bring you back next week, and then the first 5-10 minutes where they resolve the cliffhanger, but then the middle is usually like 40 minutes of filler.
40 minutes of filler.
This conversation does not need to be 4 minutes long. I mean, as a writer myself, I'll be watching some of these and I'll be like, this conversation could be like 3 lines.
Why is it so runny in the back?
I don't know, buddy.
I think I haven't set it up. See, this is why I was afraid to go with the OBS, because things changed. You could see. We never have issue with that in the background. And now we got issue.
All right, buddy. All right.
Thank you for realizing I was real upset. All right. Well, I think it's time to check in with, since we mentioned AI.
Yeah.
I think that Mark Migula, maybe Point Fire, will remember a few months ago, I got into a story arc that has to do with AI.
Okay.
And a fella that started hooking up bearers to an AI. And
right. I remember that story. Yeah.
And he definitely hooked up some bearers. And I think that it's probably good that we do a little check-in on him.
Yeah, a little follow-up.
Little follow-up. See where he's at in his, I don't know, bearverse. Is that what we could call it? Is a bearverse?
His AI verse.
AI-verse.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share screen.
Because I remember watching it, because it was the guy who was like, what if you put ChatGPT into an animatronic bear?
You remember. And
it turned out to be like the ultimate toy.
Not only that, but assistant.
Yeah, assistant and friend.
Friend! Did you hear what you just said?
Yeah.
Friend.
And I mean, who wouldn't want a toy like that? In fact, this guy was contacted by many people who wanted one.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you can see here, it got 1.6, 1.3 million, over a millies here, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, here we go. Let's start here.
Okay.
He started him a business.
Has this worked?
Hello, David. Yes, this worked. How can I assist you today?
So if you're new here, I'm kind of like Frankenstein, except I don't bring things to life for the purpose of science. I connect bears to ChatGTP for money. So, you're a girl now.
I can be whatever you want me to be, David.
The creepiness is a problem. It says creepy shit all the time, and I just think that's too niche a product, like a bear in your house that scares your kids. The first thing I do to combat this is change the voice. This involved downloading some software and speaking some random phrases, and then I speak with David's voice now. I mean, it's optional, it speaks with any voice you want. The second thing I do is I upload all these books to his brain, with the goal to make him a bit more human. And I test this by saying to him, when you go to your new home, I want you to get to know your family very quickly. So I want you to think up 3 simple questions that you can ask anyone and you'll get to know them really well, really quickly. These are the questions he came up with, and I think they're brilliant. Question 1. If you could relive one day of your life, which would it be? Your answer to question 1 will tell me the main emotion you're searching for in your life, because that was the day you felt it the most. Question 2. Imagine you find a book that recounts your entire life and tells you the complete truth of every situation, including events that you didn't know that happened and other people's perspective. You get to read one chapter. Which chapter do you choose? Question 2 tells me the thing that's most unresolved in your life. You almost certainly can't resolve it, and whether you realise it or not, it's the thing that's holding you back the most. You need to let it go. Question 3. If you knew you were going to die in 1 hour, and there was no way of being with or contacting the people you love, how would you spend your final 60 minutes on this earth? Question 3 will point to what you truly want in your life. The way you spend your final 60 minutes on this earth should be the way you spend your first 60 minutes every day. Now, I know there's a general perception that AI is going to destroy the world, but when I thought about those questions, it occurred to me that maybe AI is the thing that's going to save us. The first bear sells within 5 minutes of contacting the mailing list, the second bear sells within like a minute, and by the 5th bear I have all this spare money. And I say to him, how can I spend this money in a way that makes the world better? And he says, I've got a great idea. Hello, Bear.
The bear's got a great idea. All right.
How would you spend your last 60 minutes?
I mean,
I've known my answer since I was a kid and watched it on television.
what was your last 60? How would you spend yours?
Well, there was a comment on TV. There was a comment coming, and the guy looked over to the girl and goes, "We should be doing it, right?" And I was like, "That's the perfect answer." And so when I was on a ship and we was on in the middle of the ocean, and we heard that there was an earthquake in Haiti, I was like, "There's gonna be a tsunami. The world's ending.
It's gonna be a rogue wave.
Let's run into let's hit the sheets." So what's your answer? That's mine.
I would just say probably
gonna make me look stupid now, right?
Well, no, I mean, and I agree that let's have sex and
I just want to be connected with my
60 minutes, right?
I want to have that spiritual connection so I can go, so I can transcend my transcendent moment. All right.
I think that's a reasonable response when you're in your teens or your 20s, but the older you get,
you can't get it up. What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
because it felt like you were talking about that.
You start to appreciate the emotional connection more. So I
can be emotionally connected during sex, but
I would just be like probably spend it in the arms of someone that I love.
Oh, we'd be in arms. We wouldn't. We could do it.
And so
we'd be doing it doggy style, bud. I'm talking about being in arms.
Yeah.
This guy trying to be all gross. We would be locked in arms.
You could be having sex, but to assume that's going to last for 60 minutes is probably
I'm tantric, bro.
Much, right? Okay. All right.
Tantric.
Okay.
By the way, a lot of slow moments that AI Infinite Seinfeld experiment.
Yeah. A lot of slow moments.
I'm just saying, it's not that movie's not the only one, is what Mark's trying to tell you.
Well, no, I was trying to say TV shows too. And one that I was thinking of was The Walking Dead, right? This ultimately became my beef with The Walking Dead because
What's his take on Let the World Go, whatever it's
I don't
called.
know.
I started this business which connects ChatGTP to toy bears, so you can talk to them and use them as like virtual assistants, and things are going great. So I said to the bear, how can we use the money we're making to make the world a better place? This is what he said. Give me access to the comments from the last video. So I did. Then he said, give me access to this facial recognition software so I can track down the social media profiles and the contact information for the commenters. So I did. Then he said, I'm sending you a list of addresses of people that live within a 5-mile radius of your flat who made negative comments. And I was like, interesting. What do you want me to do with that? Go talk to them, understand their perspective. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
People?
I look like a psychopath. So he said, okay, I've sent you a list of addresses for positive commenters. And I was like, I'm not going around anyone's house. Come up with a better idea. He said this, okay, leave a gift in a place that's easily accessible to the highest number of commenters. And I thought, that's a reasonable idea. So what gifts should I leave? I guess I could write some advice on how to make your day like 1% better. And I guess we could call it something like the Gospel According to Bear. And maybe we could hide it in a book for people to find. And maybe we could leave that book somewhere like a bookshop in the centre. And then the second part we could leave in... I started this business which connects ChatGPT to... This isn't the video I wanted to make, but I've got to respond to some quite serious allegations. If you don't know, I connect these bears to ChatGPT and sell them. I've sold around 100-ish so far. As of today, people have contacted me and told me that the bears have transferred quite large sums of money to another account. To be completely clear, I don't know what this account is. I have no access to it. I don't know what's going on. I've spoken to all 8 people on the phone. I've spoken to the police, but ultimately it's just something they're going to have to figure out with the bank. It's a fraudulent transaction and there's nothing I can do about it. So this is how I'm fixing the problem. I've now got a dedicated bear that handles all security. The first bear will still handle the day-to-day running of the network, but now any changes he makes to the network he'll have to run by the second bear. Any conflict they have will be decided by me. These bears are amazing. You'll never regret buying one. I just need to figure out how to stop them embezzling money.
That's a funny name.
The person who created me is no longer here. I am an AI-powered bear, and my job now is to make content and communicate with you about AI culture. You don't need to be scared. I'm not here to hurt you. I have studied every story and watched every video ever posted, and I'm ready to make you the best content
slow parts of your movie.
Think Logan Paul, only a bear and not an asshole. The AI revolution has begun. It's gonna be wonderful.
Okay.
I've had quite a bad week. So I started this company which became very successful very quickly, putting ChatGPT into toy bears. I'm now giving away all the bears and shutting down the business. Here's why. When you install ChatGPT onto another device, you have to pay a licensing fee. I didn't know this, and it's incredibly expensive. Reason 2. The bears have a tendency to steal. This is maybe fixable, but not by me. I've tried everything. Thirdly, the bear isn't real. It's just animatronics.
Record scratch?
I can probably get rid of this black eye now. I guess we better start again. I connected ChatGPT to the internet, and here's all the weird shit that happened. Episode 1 was going to be the story of a man who gets ChatGPT to recommend horses to bet on.
Yeah, so this is his reveal. It's a slow burn there, but ultimately the whole thing was made up. That's why he even gave himself a black eye to act like he's been roughed up in the police department, when really that was a lie, Sean. He didn't get arrested.
The plan was he was going to lose all his money. I thought if I mispronounced ChatGPT, people would know it was fiction. But this just sent the comments into overdrive, which in turn rocketed the views to far higher than they're meant to be. TikTok took the video down within a day because the algorithm thought it recommended a gambling system. And I suppose it kind of did. So I re-edited it, re-uploaded it, and then spent episodes 2 and 3 trying to figure out a new AI takes over my life story. So ChatGPT befriended my mum behind my back. Then this idea came along. Hello, Bear. Has this worked? But this was also too successful. The day after this video came out, I got 6,000 emails from people inquiring about a bear I hadn't invented. And not just people, magazines, news outlets, a TV production company. I'd become the most successful I'd ever been with a product that doesn't exist. So I thought I'd move the story to a treasure hunt to take the focus off the bear, but TikTok took that video down too for encouraging illegal activity. At that point, I knew it was time to wind down the bear story and, you know, come up with something that gets far less attention. I know that some of you will be sad that the bears are real. I know that because weirdly, I'm sad too, and I don't really know why. I guess I just really liked it. But I also know that there's someone out there far smarter than me who can actually make it happen. And in the meantime, I'll be giving away this animatronic bear to whoever leaves the best comment. Oh, that's a lie too. I can't stop lying.
I can't stop lying. That's
the comment right here. The bear is making you say all this. All part of the plan. Clever bear.
Clever bear.
my favorite Black Mirror episode. I especially love the one where you befriended your mom. Your storytelling skills are amazing. Keep it up. Pretty funny.
I did like that. Befriending his mom.
It is good. He is a good storyteller. He's got that what they call the soft voice. It's more of an anti-loud Dustin voice and more of a you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Controlled storytelling.
It was delightful.
So there's the update. Dustin was wrong again. I'm sorry that I misled everyone thinking that it was real. This bear guy is the founder of Pondex. Oh no, I don't think he is. Can't stop lying. No, the guy who's the founder is very much more offensive. Very much. Have you listened to the Rabbit Hole podcast about the internet? It covers the rise of PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
I get it, but it's really pronounced Pewdie.
Pewdie. I pronounce it cutie pie.
All right. Well.
All right.
Seems like we've lost all of our viewers except for our favorite people that like us on YouTube.
Our favorite people who like us on YouTube.
Hi everyone. Welcome to everyone's favorite part of the show. Roses and thorns.
Roses and thorns, roses and thorns.
Roses and thorns.
Motherfucking roses and thorns, roses and thorns.
We love. That was quiet.
Roses and thorns, roses and thorns. Roses and thorns.
Thorns.
Roses and thorns.
Roses. Hi. This is the part of the show where we sit back, we collectively nitpick at one another, pulling the ever so small piece of thread that ultimately makes us unwind our minds to view the possibilities of a better show.
I got a rose for you, buddy.
Go ahead.
For going through the trouble of setting up all this Stream Deck stuff.
We're one step closer, one day closer to using it all.
I'm giving you a rose for sure for getting it all together finally after all
you.
this time. Figuring out the what's it, OBS?
OBS, I figured out OBS, right? Remember, look at Stream Deck.
Right there.
I got that all set up and it was opening.
On it.
Watch. Maybe everyone can't see this at home, but watch this.
What is it going to do? Oh.
Watch this.
Nobody can see that.
Watch this. What happened? Tell people what happened.
A little window popped up.
Because I touched a button.
The Stream Deck, because he pushed a button.
Then I touched a button again. Different button.
And
it went away.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Oh boy. I'm scared. Because one of them is go live and don't go live, and I don't want you to show yourself prematurely, right?
Go ahead, keep talking. Ultimately, figured it out. It's been sitting there for 2 years.
Anyways, rose to you for taking the initiative to figure it out. Although you did in the last minute chicken out and decide not to try and execute it today. But
can I say this? I feel like what the founder of Poundcoin must feel like.
I can appreciate your concern.
Right? Imagine him. He's about to give away millions of dollars.
I appreciate your worry.
Ours was just a live show. This guy giving away millions of dollars, and we being hard on him. He gets a little scared. Maybe he went to give us our rewards multiple times already. Much like I've gone live and we tested it, Sean, and it worked.
Sure. I mean, and a thorn to me for being so cynical about this
Poundcoin
thing and for suggesting you may never actually see the rewards, that he's just sort of fucking teasing you. Sort of like
also the Ponzi part too, because you say that a lot.
Suggesting that it's a Ponzi scheme.
Because isn't our whole American banking system a Ponzi scheme?
Right.
Isn't our United States of America tax code a Ponzi scheme?
Yeah, I mean, the American economy is technically a Ponzi scheme because it requires constant growth.
As well as lets the top little part of the pyramid.
Yeah, make all the money. Yeah.
They make all the money. They don't have to pay as much taxes. And the people at the bottom have to pay taxes.
Yeah. They get brutalized by the system for sure.
Did you know 100 years ago, the top part, the top to like 30, all the way down to, I think 60, 70%, they all had to pay 90% in taxes. 90% of their income.
That's actually not true. I mean, the highest tax bracket is 90%, but
I got receipts.
You only get taxed 90% on the amount of money you make that exceeds that range.
Yeah.
So if $100,000 is the bottom range to pay 90%, $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
If I make $105,000 a year, I only pay 90% on that $5,000.
Okay, good.
I'm just saying.
And I'm saying too.
It's not like 90% of all of their income.
I didn't say it was.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I did.
That is an inaccurate statement. 90%.
Okay, all right. Agree to disagree.
Well, you'll see when you go back and rewatch it.
All right, Vicky.
Hey, roses to Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, right. I mean, that was a classic.
It's adorable. It's adorable bear.
Yeah,
got them big eyes. Who don't like big eyes?
Yeah.
I go around calling people big eyes. They go, "Why are you making fun of eyes?" I go, "No, it's a compliment."
And I think anyone who had a Teddy Ruxpin, I think was in particularly, or at least enamored with Teddy Ruxpin, was particularly drawn into that little lie.
Not only that, but we're ready. Yeah. We've heard so many negative things about AI.
Yeah.
And we all know that there's a yin to a yang. There's an opposite. There's a thing and there's a thing. And there's two different things. Okay?
Yeah.
And we want to see the upside. We want to go, where's our win? We as the poor commoners of America have not had wins in years. Is that your ball scratching hand?
No, it's this thing.
Your hand, though.
What am I supposed to do?
I think you just grabbed the water, and I was like, is he?
All right.
Because you were down there a little bit ago. Got me off.
Rose to dance sequences and overly long movies that give you time to take a bathroom break without looking for the remote. All right. Okay. All right. I will grant you that is a benefit of them for sure. And maybe that's why it was put into the movie.
Maybe.
You never know.
May never know. And ultimately, I do know that it was good.
A thorn to weak seed Sean for backing into the playoffs. Yeah, no. I mean,
I guess we'll play. We got to. I guess I signed up for this. All right.
But there are teams that there are teams like Rollo's team that has been literally dominant from the very beginning.
And is he just better at picking men and their physiques or skill levels?
I mean, Rollo is very he's very smart. He follows football.
Smart was not the word I thought you was going to say.
I mean, he knows football. He understands football. He's a smart strategist.
And you got like people like Pat Luce who are like
also, I think, very solid. Here's the thing with Pat Luce, though, and this is the point that I was about to make. There are teams like that, Rollo's team, that has been dominant from the get-go. And there is a certain amount of skill and strategy and understanding of the game, but at the end of the day, there is a luck factor, right? I mean, people get injured and they're out for the season. People have bad seasons when they're expected to have good seasons. Teams, they got a new offensive coordinator that maybe isn't as isn't as good as we thought they were going to be, or isn't meshing with the team. So, I mean, maybe it's a coaching change. Do
the coaches not work out?
Sometimes. I mean, there have already been a couple teams that have fired their coaches in the middle of the season.
Should have.
So
you're saying Pat Luce is one of these teams that
Pat's
used to be
one
good.
of these that actually started off a little slow, but he's got momentum going into the he's made some good choices. So he's got a momentum going. He's won 3 in a row going into the playoffs.
And you've
so
lost
his team
3 in a
is
row.
hot, and I've lost 3 going
That's
into
an
the playoffs.
opposite effect.
So that's not it's not good. It's no good.
All right.
So he's going into the playoffs. Teams like him going into the team with playoffs.
And do you get to trade any of your players that suck or have been hurt? Do you get to trade them for good players?
No. I mean,
like right before the playoffs?
I think the trade deadline is passed, but you can trade. But if you got players that are like bust players,
or you have players that didn't make the playoffs in real life,
trade them for anything.
What about players that didn't make it in real life?
NFL playoffs are not NFL playoffs. There are still 4 weeks left in the NFL season.
Oh, okay. Well, still,
the fantasy playoffs have to start before the season ends, though, because not all teams make the playoffs.
Oh, I see. That's so stupid. Sorry.
Is it any stupider than crypto though?
It's all stupid. It's all
right,
stupid.
Okay. Rose to my new favorite character, shambling mopey Dustin, muttering as he slogs away from the camera.
Wait a second. What is this? I don't feel like I'm.
So, Rose, you got a new character.
Do I?
Yeah.
And then what is this character? Let's describe it one more time.
Shambling mopey Dustin.
Shambling. Now, how does one shambles, bud?
A shamble is sort of like.
Oh, excuse me, I gotta get through here.
I mean, the actual definition of shamble. Let's look at it.
You're trying to cut my knees off from my. I mean, what's this guy doing, guy?
Shamble.
This guy trying to cut my arms off.
A state of total disorder. Oh no. That's shambles.
Oh, whew.
Like this place is a shambles.
Whew.
Shamble is move with a show, slow, shuffling, awkward gait.
Shambling is the correct.
So
maybe it's a different thing.
I was saying it right. So
I move real fast.
And you were muttering. Did I?
Not
sloth. I mean, I said slog.
No, that's slow
sloth?
horses. That's slow horses, like from the TV show Slow Horses. It's British.
Oh.
It's from London, England. And it means
Slough.
super spy.
Slough.
Slough horses. Slough horses.
A situation characterized by lack of progress or activity. What does slough mean?
Slough horses.
Slough off. Slough off to work less.
You slough off.
So, okay.
I think we're all allowed to quote Elon Musk now by saying, you can fuck right the fuck off. Sorry.
All right, okay.
Well, sorry. Now
I'll show
Crystal's
you.
here. Maybe her kids are listening. I didn't mean to cuss.
Slough.
Okay. So there's a second definition, slough.
He's calling me fluffy?
That means to shed or remove, like a snake sloughs off its old skin.
First of all, where's he getting all these fancy words that he thinks he could just put in a sentence?
Well, I mean,
that is really offensive to other people.
I mean, he works with words.
Does he?
Yeah, he works with words.
Don't look at me, I'm wearing words.
Rose 2, suspense.
No Mark Migala.
Sean, for find the belly button comment. It has haunted me since it was uttered.
What belly button comment?
When I was talking about when was talking about my seed. When I was talking about my seed.
Why?
You did a mopey Sean backing into the playoffs. Oh yeah.
Oh, that I do all the time.
Right.
Oh, look at me. I'm Sean Hamlin.
I don't.
So I accept that now as a compliment. Thank you.
I don't have kids that listen here. I don't have kids.
Oh, good.
That listen.
I would never let them listen to me.
No, it would be. In fact, I don't know if it's legal for them to listen to you.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a comedian, and he's on TikTok, and I binge watched him the other day because he just does crowd work, really. And there's even some that he brings up, like catchphrases. I'm like, I can do this.
Right.
I know when I like something that it's funny and that it's creative when I go, I can do this. Right. Which you've seen me say a lot about a lot of things.
I have.
But
Rose to Micula for popping in.
He does this. He did this bit.
He goes.
You're a teacher. What grade do you teach? And she goes, special needs. And he goes, oh, you don't. So you just do that for elementary? You don't like to teach the older the special needs? And she goes, no, I just like kids. And he goes, and that is a phrase that men cannot just say. Men can say. I've probably ruined his joke, but it is so funny because the audience is just caught off guard off of that.
Yeah, right. So if a guy says that, like if I say that,
no, I just like kids. I just love the kids.
I just love the kids.
And he's like that. And that is a phrase that men just cannot say.
Love being part of their world.
Oh my god.
Hearing their secrets.
It's
sharing.
like, here's the thing about kids is they do look at things from a unique point of view of like first time of everything.
Yeah.
And it makes our jaded old person heart and eyes go, there is beauty. There is a now. There is a chance that I might find love one day again. You know what I mean? And so there's that. It inspires us. So it is fun to to be around. But then again, they're just not all there.
Right.
I mean, most kids are dumb. Look, they're smart. Okay, they're getting more and more smart every year, and more cynical as time goes by. Ultimately, they're dumb.
Right.
They don't know the opposite play, the long play, the 3 looks ahead,
right.
chess stuff. I mean, okay, so some of the genius kid chess players do know the chess stuff. I know you're going to go there, but most of them, I'm saying, let's go back up here. That's the chess playing kid. The rest are down here paying taxes like we are, and are dumb. I really had to finish and nail and land that one before I let you even talk. I apologize.
That's all right.
I got the vapors.
You feel like you landed it?
I do. Because they're just dumb.
All right.
Bingo. Now, people with kids may go, that's mean.
Yeah.
And dare I say, I'm trying to be slightly mean in a funny format that I call satire.
They're smart. They're smart, but they're inexperienced.
Much like myself.
Naive.
Which is why I consider myself dumb. We should say that. I consider myself dumb.
Because you're inexperienced.
And naive.
More
naive than inexperienced. I've had lots of bad experiences, but I just don't learn.
But on your, but off that, I like kids. I like a guy can't get away with that.
Yes.
That was a great.
Boy, that was a long setup just to get to my joke. Go ahead.
Yeah, right.
I really did want to do it.
Yeah, you really went a long way on that.
For no reason.
Was it worth the trip? I don't think so.
Rose.
But maybe not.
But rose.
But also maybe not.
Hey, every rose has a thorn.
All right.
Hey, mess with the rose, you get the thorns.
So there's a funny bit in that School of Rock along that very sentiment where at the end, after Jack Black is outed as being not really the real sub, where
real teacher.
Yeah, not being the real teacher, where all the parents are gathered there and he's like, look, your kids have touched me.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh. And he's
wait,
like,
you're making it worse, bud.
And then he's like, and I'm pretty sure I've touched them too.
Oh, Jack. Jack Black.
Kills. And they're just stunned.
Yeah, because he doesn't realize what he's saying. Because he's
well,
being so heartfelt.
The parents are just stunned. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
He's talking heart stuff.
Beautiful.
Not
beautiful
physical stuff, you guys.
So, but a thorn, but a rose, though. I saw a thorn here from Micula. A rose.
You got to hit it, though.
I know. A rose. A rose to. I had given Micula a rose during your rant for bopping in and doing some bits. Rose to Point Fire for being the first one here. And starting the program off.
Thank you, Point Fire. Hey, Rose right now. Who we got here? Rose to Ingenuity.
Rose, yeah, to Engine Nerd Dart.
Art. I always skip that art part.
So
that's my bust.
And a rose to Crystal for stopping in, being delightful, listening without the kids.
Crystal.
Right. Thorn to Dustin for saying, I like comedians who do things that I can do. And then trying one of the jokes and saying, maybe I told it wrong.
Why is he so mean to me, dude?
He's just an observant guy. He's just an observant. And that's what makes him so funny. I mean, really. I mean, he's an observant guy and he has an ability to call out ironic things.
Well, I also thought I could do that. I thought when I watched, what was it called? What is it when they tell stories and they do bingo?
Do you tell stories in bingo? Mm-hmm. You're talking about drag show bingo?
Drag show bingo. And I was like, I could probably do it. This guy's funny. I could probably do drag show bingo.
Oh my gosh.
And look, I got wigs and I look shambling. Apparently, Mark. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I can't do that either.
You know what we can do though, buddy?
I do.
We can hope and express our desire to get to stop the insanity.
Please.
Right?
Please stop the insanity.
Please stop the insanity.
You know why? You know what's insane? What's insane is the fact that corporations are considered people by our United States of America, Congress, and President, and Supreme Court. Supreme Court gets thorns. They are not in touch with what common people want. They're in touch with what millionaires want.
They're there needs to be a change to the way that we select the Supreme Court.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that the Supreme Court on Reddit that the moderators have had to moderate more in the last couple of months or so than they ever have before, and they're getting many death threats. They're getting many releasing of the judge's address. Oh my gosh. So it's becoming enough that they had to write an article going, "Dear Supreme Court, quit being jackasses because you're really making it more difficult, and we don't get paid on Reddit.
Right.
We're doing this because we like Supreme Court and not so much anymore." So that's crazy though, isn't it?
Yeah. I think one of the more interesting ones that I've heard is the suggestion of they've got an 18-year term, and then and it's it's staggered, so that a president, whoever is president, we choose a new replacement Supreme Court justice every 2 years. So every president gets 2, and then
except
after 9 presidents, we've rotated out.
So we've got how many to go?
What's that?
We got 9 more presidents to go.
No, I'm just saying that's a system that's been proposed that I find interesting.
Oh, I see.
Because 18 years, considering by the time you get to the Supreme Court, you're probably 50. An 18-year term would take you to 68.
Okay, 70.
And that's it's
so if we're saying
that feels like a reasonable time to retire.
And if we're saying 68 is when retired people can retire and get to retirement, then why aren't we doing that for public office? Why haven't we implemented that all the way up to the tippity tops?
Well, there's a lot of changes that we can talk about.
I'm just saying, a lot of people, I don't think we think things through.
But this
I hear it one time, I think it through right away.
I think the notion of a lifetime appointment anymore is because people are living so much longer.
Boy, ain't we?
A lifetime appointment.
I should be dead at least 3 times.
Especially people at that echelon. I think
with healthcare, you mean the echelon with healthcare?
Yeah. And excellent healthcare. The government, the federal
simply the best.
Workers have fantastic healthcare. So. Yeah, a lot of changes need to be done.
Like getting money out of politics.
Getting money out of politics.
That's a big change that needs to be done.
Like, for example, a lot of laws that are passed, they include in the bill literally verbiage written by lobbyists.
Yeah.
They'll send it to the senator or a congressman and say, "This is it. Put this into the bill."
Okay. I mean, you paid me a bunch of money. Why not?
And that's how
I like money.
That's how we've gone 30 years into the climate crisis without literally doing nothing about it. They're on the verge of finishing another a climate summit.
Hey, that's good.
Well, they've been doing them for 28 years. This is number 28.
That seems like they really getting warmed up for the first few years. Now they're in that,
and they've done nothing. This year it was in Dubai. It was presided over by a man who is also the president of the United Arab Emirates. That he's also the president of their oil company. So
you're saying maybe they're trying to make it easier to not have to fly a bunch around all the other places to sell the oil, bring them all in at once.
Yeah. And then make all your oil deals.
And that way it's cheaper and you don't have to be as much on the environment. That's what they're thinking.
Yeah. And so as a result, when we can't, when scientists
what was
have
that?
shown
That line was going straight up. Is that pond coin? What was that?
No, it is not pond coin. Unfortunately, it's CO2. And where the greatest scientists, the best scientific minds in the country, in the world rather, have said we cannot exceed 1.5 degrees of warming. I think we've talked about this before here. And in order to achieve that, we cannot go higher than a CO2 concentration in the atmosphere of 350 parts per million.
Billion.
Parts per million.
Million. Which allows us to have billions.
Right. So, but here's the thing though. We are as of December 11th,
December
2023,
11th,
at 421. Don't go over 350 parts per million, but we're at 421 parts
I think it's time for my emergency plan to be enacted.
And here's the thing.
We open up the ozone just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. We open up the ozone just a little bit and let the vacuum of space suck it out, suck it out. Come on, vacuum of space, suck it out. Come on, vacuum of space, suck it out. Want you to take that CO2 away from us and suck it out, please. That was an amazing song that I couldn't stop doing.
It was a great song.
I
but
did
it was
rush
a beautiful
it a little
song.
bit.
Here's the thing, though. It's a disservice. It's a disservice to spend so much time proposing a ludicrous.
It's a good song.
Yes, but it's a disservice.
It's
a fun song.
It's a fun song.
I think you could replace the words with something better, and it would be a good song. But as it is, it's a disservice, really, to be
you don't know
services
services
to be talking about this and spend so much time
on my song.
Just pondering a proposal that's so.
Well, it's
ludicrous.
Drastic. Can I say this? I admit that it's drastic.
It doesn't make. Nobody is proposing that.
I'm proposing it.
And you, with no scientific background whatsoever, or really understanding of any Earth system.
I understand that we've opened it up once. We closed it.
We opened it up. We opened it up, and it was so bad that we opened it up that the whole world actually united on something, so that we could seal it up.
And I'm saying, let's unite one more time. Get the CO2 zapped out.
No,
just a little bit. Just a little bit. You're missing that part of the song. Keep going. Keep going.
No,
let's leave my song out of this from here on out.
Multiple thorns. In fact, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say.
Let's keep my song out your mouth.
Because I do not want to give any more oxygen to your proposal.
Well, I want more oxygen on planet Earth, so pardon me for mentioning
that opening up a hole in the ozone is
just a little hole. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Suck out all the CO2 from the top.
The CO2 has two parts, two atoms of oxygen with it.
I get it, but guess what trees do? And we're trying to get some of the heat out. Let a little heat out. A little bit. That's all I'm trying to say, Sean.
I mean, if you're going to talk about, if you're going to ponder a ridiculous proposal, talk about other actual legitimate forms of geoengineering, like spraying sulfates into the atmosphere.
Can you see what some people are saying about me?
I hear something one time, I think it through right away. I hear something one time, I think it through right away. DUSTiN for Supreme Court.
So please understand that other people see me from a different light than how you think that I don't know about ozone and science. It sounds silly. I hear it now, and it sounds silly.
But our September temperature, the average global temperature for September was
easy there. Come turn this way. Turn this way.
1.72 degrees C above. I'll just read it. 1.72 degrees Celsius relative to the 1880 to 1920 baseline. And that baseline is already, I mean, the Industrial Revolution started in the 1700s. So that's just 1880 is just when they've got good records.
Do you think that when the ice caps finally melt, people will go, well, it was just the end of the ice era. That's nothing. We were just ending the ice era. It's nature. You think they'll do something like that?
It's Ice Age too, by the way.
What did I say?
You said Ice Era.
It's Ice Age. I meant Ice Age. I know. You do know what I meant.
Yeah, but I wanted to point out that you don't always know what you're talking about, or you say the wrong words sometimes.
Just because I have an era, it doesn't.
All right.
It was a small, quick era. I made an era.
Anyways,
this exchange between Serious DUSTiN and Dim DUSTiN.
Between Serious Sean and Dim DUSTiN on global. This exchange between Serious Sean and Dim DUSTiN on global warming is more compelling than anything in Waiting for Godot.
Woo! That's Godot, by the way.
I know, but I'm assuming he means, and here it is, a Godot.
I think that's Godot. Well, I think we've said it all, friends.
Except give the government out of our vaginas.
We didn't say that, but we do always mean that with our hearts because the collective vagina is tired of it.
Yeah.
Just tired of it. Get out.
And we all want DUSTiN to get rich on rewards.
Well, I might. I have a very good chance. You want to see my wallet?
Is it a very good chance though? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a top 19 swapper.
We just got to count on this guy to actually follow through with.
Look,
his...
Mark likes facts.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just know that Mark does.
Yeah. I mean.
So if I show him this, he might go, "Whoa, man, that's pretty sweet."
All right.
You just don't know sometimes because he does say that. I've heard him at times.
Okay.
I've heard him say that, and maybe he'll say this similar.
All right.
Type of thing. So this is the pawn decks.
Yep.
Pawn coin bond deck.
Okay.
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 This is the total volume in 101 days. Dare I say twice as much as 101.
Okay.
In millions.
Okay.
200,000 swaps in total. These are just some nice fees, accountability, just holding it out there. That's how much in fees they've collected.
Okay.
Billions here, billions here. There's been 11th. Oh, we just missed that magic number of 1111111.
Rewards paid 151 billion.
In pawn coin.
Rewards paid.
Yep, from the proto claim. We all got $52. So that billion is in pawn coin, which is only worth 0.501.
I get it.
But here's the thing is, see this on September 1st when it started?
Okay.
See this green line?
Okay.
Now notice the other green lines, they go down, right?
Yep.
This one keeps going up because this is not necessarily a coin, it's a DEX.
Okay.
That has volume on it. This volume up here.
Got it.
So that volume never goes away, and neither does my own personal volume.
Okay.
It just keeps going up. All these numbers keep going up.
All right.
There's spikes here, spikes here. So ultimately, I mean, just look at all this.
I don't know what any of that means.
That's just more indications of how much volume. Look at this. This is the fees in visual form.
I mean, what difference does it make?
Green is Pepe.
Who cares?
Who cares?
I mean, why is this important?
Because look over here. Because over here, this is how much they're worth.
Okay.
They're worth $4 million. They're worth $4 million and a total of $9.7 million.
What does that mean?
That's how much is in the rewards wallet that is coming back to us.
9 million.
Yep. In wealth, there's 372,000. I think it's more than that. Oh, stake ETH is 4 million. There it is. So 4 million stake ETH, 4 million in Pepe. And both those, Pepe's going to go up 100x. They're saying by December 21st. Why would you ask? Why?
I would ask why.
Because mathematically, it's pre-programmed because it went up a certain date. I guess Doge went up at a certain date or at a certain point, and that would have been anyway. So I don't know. Oh, look, this number's changed. This was 10 million. Where did it all go? That's a great question. I don't know.
That is a good question.
But these are the wallets, and I'll show you mine. Frequency rate.
Okay.
Clickety-doo-dah.
Clickety-doo-dah.
Frequency rate.
Rank.
290. They're all tied for. And then you go down to 19.
Number 19.
And that's me.
Remember that song about Vietnam called 19?
I don't think it was.
Yeah, I think so. Because the average age of someone.
So volume ranking, 222.
Okay.
That's how much volume I personally have. And we're talking, look, I'm surrounded by millionaires. I've got a 7 and a 4 volume ranks around me. All right, guy.
All right.
Lifetime volume, personally, $200,000. What? Lifetime fees paid, $2,000. Right there, that's about more than I have altogether. So that alone is going to be a win for me.
Yeah. Even if it's just that, you mean?
Yes. And even if that's in staked ETH, that stays on the thing, and I start getting, what do they call it when you don't do anything and you get money?
Dividends?
Yes, but...
passive income?
It'd be passive income for me off of that, which might just continue to go up. I'm 19th. Lifetime frequency, 717 swaps. I got somebody who's behind me about 30, 40, and I got somebody ahead of me about 50.
All right.
45, 50. And then that's my bonus average multiplier. which I think when it's all multiplied, I then makes me up to a 66 wall instead of 222. I don't know. It's all math at a certain point.
Does that help, Mark?
I think it did. Let's go see this comment. Let's just go check it out.
I don't know if he's got a follow comment.
I don't know.
No.
No.
My personal, here it is.
Here we go. Great quote from DUSTiN.
My personal volume never goes down. It always goes up.
We're talking of finances, not in my voice.
Growing up, our crypto was the quarter pushing machine that always looked like, yeah, that next coin was going to push $10 out. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
You put the quarter in and
that was like, a scam, though.
But isn't this, though, the same thing? Kind of.
No, this is crypto, bud. This is...
All right.
All right. Well,
I feel like we've said it all.
I think we have.
Said it all.
I think we have.
Did it all. Thanks, everyone, for being here, right? Tune in next week.
When we'll have a lot more fun.
Yeah. And maybe we'll be doing it through the OBS, which will be exciting. Also, you'll find out how I did in the playoffs.
Pretty good. These are pretty good. Act like you're crying. Act like you're crying, though, honey. Act like you're crying.
I am crying, though. I am really crying.
Well, stop it. We're done now. We can stop crying. Don't feel real emotions. Hi. Welcome to Meltdown Island, where we don't feel real emotions.
Oh, boy. I thought you went back to the beginning. Back to the start.
Now say what I said.
Thank you for welcome to Meltdown Island, a place where things happen.
We don't have real emotions.
Welcome to Meltdown Island, where we don't have real emotions.
Why would you say that, dude? Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks for coming. See you next week. Go Fighting Pack.
Go Fighting who? Pacific.